This reading is for a group of beautiful divine feminines here on this channel. And the message coming through as I was meditating is you're feeling bored in love, in relationships, or in platonic connections, depending on how this resonates for you. And when I say bored, I just mean that you might feel a bit more disconnected from others, but also happier with yourself, with your true inner self, or with goals, dreams, hobbies you might be working toward. And at times you might find yourself wondering, is there something wrong with me because I don't feel the desire to interact with others as frequently or as deeply as I did in the past? Now, for some divine feminines listening, I do sense this specifically connected with love and dating. For those of you who might be in the dating world pursuing different love relationships with other masculines, you might find yourself just losing interest very easily. It's like you connect with someone, there's some kind of a spark or mutual intrigue, and then very quickly it seems to fizzle out. And for those of you connecting with this more so as a friendship, you may actually see some of a similar thing happening in your platonic relationships. You might connect with someone as a potential friend or acquaintance and even have a great interaction or conversation with this person, only to find that very quickly it seems to fizzle out, or this person seems to fade out of your life, or you just have a difficulty maintaining a long-term connection with new people. I also sense that you, divine feminine, are someone who keeps a very small inner circle of trust. These are most likely people who have actually been with you for a while. They've been in your life for a while, whether it's friendships, whether it's family members. This might be a specific romantic connection that has stayed with you for a while. Even if there's been periods of separation or disconnect, there may be a romantic connection, which is actually, using that word romantic just feels so diluted when I am looking at the energy between whoever I'm speaking to here and this person, that you've had this long-term romantic thing with that just kind of goes beyond being described with words. It's been most likely an on again, off again, very long-term, very deep soul connection. I hear your guides saying you think that it's long-term from a physical human perspective, but you have no idea, because at the soul level, this is actually incredibly ancient. It spans even longer than that. It goes lifetime after lifetime. And with Angel of Strength in the upright position, Appreciation uprights, and the crown chakra uprights, and Door to Value, a lot of cards coming out at the bottom of the deck right away in the upright position. I feel this speaks to your focus at this time. And a card flew out as well. Okay, very interesting. So Victory reversed. This is a complex energy for you, divine feminine, because you might feel as though there are these two different perspectives happening for you. From one perspective, you might at times find yourself feeling very low, feeling very defeated with Victory in the reverse position. Whereas at other times you find yourself feeling incredibly self-confident, incredibly self-loving, highly spiritually connected, and with this deep sense of fulfillment in flashes and glimpses like you've never felt before. Know that for whoever I'm speaking to here, this is part of your awakening process. This is part of your spiritual journey, feeling at times as though you're living with one foot in two worlds. I just saw the number 444, and you guys know when I do see these numbers, I like to look them up to channel messages from them. And of course, this number says, keep the faith. The divine is watching over you. You are being guided to a brighter future. Release your doubts. move forward decisively. So I really hope that reached whoever needed to hear it. By the way, I usually say this at the beginning. I don't even think I got a chance to introduce myself because I was getting so excited about the messages. But if you are new here, welcome. Thank you for tuning in and quite literally being a co-creator here on this channel. My name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. And also, although I am a little late in the reading, I do invite you to subscribe to this channel if you would like me to channel more specifically for you and your situation, because by subscribing, this does allow me to pick up on your energy more easily and channel more specifically for you. Okay, 1 foot in 2 worlds might be causing feelings of doubts, as the number 444 might indicate. So I'm getting that really this 1 foot in 2 worlds is having 1 foot in the 3D, which is pulling you very strongly, by the way, because we still live in a world that is dominantly governed by 3D paradigms, 3D belief systems. And although I feel you are someone who's largely disconnected yourself, unplugged yourself from those 3D ideologies, you can still feel the pull of them. Because you are human, because as a human, you are very energetically perceptive and receptive. And so sometimes you do feel the pull of those energies. You may still at times need to immerse yourself in certain environments that are very 3D based. So this could look like going to a certain job where there are a lot of these 3D thought forms, limiting belief programs that you pick up on intuitively, unconsciously. This could be a home environment, being in a family environment with people whom you feel a lot of love and connection with, but that also do carry a lot of limiting beliefs that you then pick up on unconsciously. So whatever it is, from some kind of environment you're in fairly regularly, whether it's a social environment, a family environment, or a work environment, you are subjected to some of these frequencies that do pull you back into, I'm hearing sometimes they trigger these old limiting beliefs and ideas, but don't be too hard on yourself, because you very powerfully have another foot or another aspect of yourself that is really becoming stabilized in the 5D, in the higher realms, in the sense that you are seeing a new way of being, seeing that for yourself, and through embodying that new way of living, loving, being, you are becoming this beacon of light for others as well. So as the number 444 suggests, release those feelings of doubt or defeat or hopelessness that are really just your ego mind judging the fact that yes, you are human and spiritual simultaneously here on earth, that yes, naturally you will still feel the pull back into some of those old patterns and negative beliefs, but overall, you are very quickly paving an entirely new pathway into the 5D, into these higher ways of being. There's something about, I keep hearing the word love come out, and not just in a romantic sense, like the way you love others is illuminating them. But this also plays into circling back to what came up and really what sparked this reading, what inspired this reading, that dynamic of feeling bored in certain love connections or friendship situations. I feel that this feeling of boredom is your 3D physical mind interpreting something highly spiritual that is happening along your journey, which is that, first of all, you are shifting very, very fast. You are changing very, very fast. Although at times it might not look like things are changing much on the surface, in those moments, remind yourself that when the caterpillar is in the cocoon, it looks like nothing is changing. And yet at the cellular level, more is changing more exponentially, more rapidly than ever before in its physical lifetime. You are the same way. You might find yourself in that cocoon physically in the 3D, potentially in a hermit mode, potentially looking like many things in your life appear to be standing still or staying the same. But the opposite is actually true at the spiritual level. You feel this, you know this. In those moments where, just as we said, you have 1 foot in 3D, 1 foot in 5D, but in those moments where you are more tapped into your 5D higher self perspective, you are very consciously aware of how much is alchemizing, how much is changing all the way to the core energetic cellular level of your being. But again, when you're in more of a 3D perspective that you get pulled back into through these environments, through these interactions, you might find yourself judging yourself for being in that cocoon on the surface. What is really happening for you right now, though, Divine Feminine, is, again, you are shifting very fast. One way to think of this is in terms of timelines. I've been speaking about timelines a lot recently on my channel because I've been guided to share more information as it comes through about how we collectively, as awakened divine feminines on this forefront of the collective paving the way, so to speak, how we are beginning to detach from any specific timeline and shifting very quickly upwards to our highest vibrational timeline. And from that highest vibrational timeline, we effortlessly manifest our goals and dreams because they are already on the trajectory. Essentially, they are inevitable when we hold that higher frequency, that higher vibration, which is why we are then capable of experiencing effortless manifestation. It's effortless because it's natural to us from that perspective of the highest version of self, the highest vibrational version of self. It is already set in stone from that highest perspective. But the thing is, as we are on the rise, as we are shifting very quickly between different timelines, we are encountering many others who are very attached to specific different vibrational timelines that we are moving through. It's almost as though, and this is what gets so complicated, it's almost like traveling to a different country and having a romantic fling or making a friend. You can think of it however you want to, connecting with someone in a way that is beautiful, in a way that is meaningful, that is meant to be from some perspective. But then you fly back to your home country or fly to a different country. You continue along your journey, and that person, instead of traveling with you, chooses to stay in that particular country. In fact, maybe they've never left that country. Maybe they don't even know a whole world out there exists. And so they are confused why you are no longer with them, why you are no longer connecting with them. But from your perspective, they were just a destination, one of many destinations, because there's no true end goal. There's no true destination. They were one of many destinations along a beautiful journey. And you can only really continuously connect with those who are willing to go with you, who are willing to travel with you, to become detached from their limited perspective, their limited way of thinking, and willing to get into that airplane, see this broader scope of life, of the world, of everything, and be willing to continuously be rising, be moving. Now, of course, no metaphor is perfect, and this is a very loose metaphor, but think of yourself as the one who is traveling. You are moving from place to place, which in this metaphor, these countries are like timelines. You aren't meant to stay to reattach yourself to a specific timeline because you are continuously rising. The beautiful thing is about soul-based connections. So when it comes to soul-based connections, these are the ones who are always in the airplane with us, so to speak. They are always moving, traveling with us. They are capable of traveling with us. They are always connected with us at the spiritual soul level, even at moments in time where we might physically be in different places or different geographical locations. This is why when we meet soulmate friends after not speaking to them, or communicating with them consciously whatsoever for 10 years, we say it feels like we picked up right where we left off. It's because we did, because we never really left off with that person. They were metaphorically with us, soul-wise, in the airplane the entire time we were traveling. So what's happening to you, Divine Feminine, is you get more bored in love, relationships, dating, friendship situations, because although you enjoy meeting new people, connecting with new people from time to time, when these are 3D based connections, as the majority of connections are, you are incapable of maintaining them. You are incapable of staying attached, connected with them for very long, because you are on the rise, you are on the move, you are on this never-ending journey of the soul now, and you've become entirely detached from any one specific timeline. So we are only really capable of maintaining long-term 3D connections that do not have a soul aspect, that do not have a spiritual component, as long as we are willing to remain in a one specific timeline. So yeah, door to romance reversed, you may feel as though at times you are closing a lot of doors when it comes to connections, specifically love connections, dating, if you are someone who is in the dating world. But at the same time, new doors are constantly opening in front of you. Yeah, envy in the upright position. It might feel to the perspective of the other that you are never quite able to give them enough, to do enough for them. You might always feel like you're leaving potential friends or potential lovers disappointed in a sense, because they want to continue connecting with you and you find yourself getting bored or wanting to move on very easily. But again, this isn't something that is wrong with you. It is that your main work at this time is your commitment to continue rising, not your commitment to any one specific person, thing, outcome, connection, etc. So the work you are really doing that the physical human self or other physical humans may tend to judge is very powerful. And I have 4 cards laid out here really detailing the work that you are doing. But before I get into sharing about these cards, I also do want to let you know that because you, Divine Feminine, are raising your vibration, are shifting very, very quickly, doing daily energetic hygiene is especially important for you at this time. And I have created a 7 chakra energy clearing to assist you with that daily energy clearing. So this comes from my subliminal site, soundandsoulful.com. As you can see on the screen, on this website, I've created over 100 subliminals for all areas of life. So I have subliminals for physical appearance changes, for mood shifts like confidence and happiness, for material manifestations, for money, business success, and so much more. Now, specifically, if you are connecting with this reading, if you are one who is very quickly rising through these timelines, I most highly recommend the 7 chakra energy clearing. I personally use this every single day because it's a very deep level, comprehensive energy clearing tool. So the link to this 7 chakra clearing is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. You can try out any subliminal I've created or even combine them into your own custom private playlists completely free for 7 days when you create a free trial account on my website. And again, all of that information is linked below. So now let's dive into these 4 cards, the true spiritual work you are doing at this time that I'm reminding you of here because your guides want me to remind you, because this is so important for you to remember, especially as we do have the tendency to judge ourselves, or we may find ourselves being judged by others who might want more out of us in the physical. But again, your dominant focus is not physical at this time. It is energetic. It is spiritual. And the first card here is Angel of Strength upright. You are rising in your power, rising in your sense of self-confidence, and really anchoring that in, because this is sitting on the root chakra. So all of these cards are actually associated with different work you are doing with different chakra centers as well. So the root chakra, when it comes to your material world, you are beginning to exhibit more of a confidence in yourself, more of a clarity of your vision. This is creating a kind of spiritual power around you that is quite literally visible and palpable to others, which actually might be part of why you find yourself in this conflict of getting bored by potential friendships, potential relationships, because you are beginning to magnetize a lot more of those connections in, magnetizing in a lot of positive attention, a lot of love, both platonically and romantically, a lot of opportunities. But what is being required of you with the 7th chakra upright, the crown chakra upright, is to really anchor yourself by using discretion in which of these opportunities or connections you take, which of these doors you walk through, because there is this energy of you beginning to have a lot of options, a lot opening up for you in life. And with appreciation upright, this is sitting on the sacral chakra. So when it comes to your self-expression, when it comes to opening yourself up to others, you are learning how to really stand in your sense of self-love, your sense of worthiness within yourself as you open yourself to connecting with others. So at times, this may look like setting boundaries based on how you feel intuitively guided to set those boundaries. And that is really a major upgrade happening for you at this time, learning how to really hold your own in all forms of connection and relationship, by choosing to set boundaries according to how your intuition is guiding you, is leading you. But overall, overarching really all of this is your true work at this time, which is finding your value through your voice. With door to value upright sitting on the throat chakra, I see you really coming into a major purpose, a passion, a sense of what you came here to do, to share, to express with the world. And your throat chakra is being highly activated at this time. You might even find that at times you feel as though you have symptoms of allergies, or you might find that your throat feels kind of dry or your voice cracks a little bit. Know that these can actually be signs and signals of throat chakra activation, that you are being up-leveled through the throat chakra to speak and express yourself, your truth, your authentic being with others through whatever creative avenues, channels, mediums you use for this end, for this purpose. So beautiful, Divine Feminine. This feels like a perfect place to close your reading today. I hope this message reached you. I hope something here connected you back with your own intuitive voice within. If anything did resonate with you, I would love for you to leave me a comment under the video and let me know. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, where I post more inspiring information and material for our collective. The links to the 2 subliminals I would recommend most for you at this time, which are the 7 chakra energy clearing we discussed earlier, and also the Awakened Divine Feminine, to really help you to release any wounded Divine Feminine programs, to fully step into your most confident nature, your most expressive way of being, and allow you to become effortlessly magnetic for attracting in love, success, abundance, everything that you desire and deserve in life. The links to those subliminals are in the pinned comments and description box under the video. Otherwise, I am sending you so much love, so much positive energy at this time, and I will talk to you again in the next video.